Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. It is Friday Junior, and boy, that was a great interview, DT, with Pastor Pamela Hines and DJ Hines. We appreciate them coming in. Expect amazing. It is going to be amazing, and this has been an amazing show. We're going to keep it going. Boy, this has been the hit list of guests this week. We are pleased to be joined by Mayor of Milwaukee, Mayor Cavalier Johnson. Good morning, Mayor. How you doing?
Telly, good morning. DT, good morning. Great to talk to y'all this morning.
Good morning, Mayor.
We know you are. We know you are a faithful listener. We do appreciate it, and a lot has been going on with you since the last time we've had a chance to catch up with you on Truth Be Told. And Mayor, let's just start off. How much of a thrill was it? I mean, we know we are in the dead heat of the presidential election and race and campaign, but for you to be one of the speakers at the DNC in Chicago, and by the way, I'm a little jealous because I think you're going to get Father of the Year. I mean, you have two daughters that has gotten pictures and gotten to know Madam Vice President Kamala Harris, but we'll put that to the side. But I'm sure the thrill of a lifetime for you to be one of the speakers at this year's DNC.
Oh, my gosh. It was so incredible to be able to not just be at the DNC, but to be able to speak at the DNC. It's my first time ever attending the DNC at all. I got the chance to be a delegate, got the chance to speak into an arena of over 20,000 people and untold millions on the other side of the camera. Just an amazing experience. I have said it's kind of like it was terrifying, but also comfortable at the same time. And it was really, really encouraging, though, because all of the enthusiasm for the vice president during that entire week, including when she and Governor Tim Walz came to Milwaukee on Tuesday night after the roll call of the states, and she officially became the Democratic nominee. Just awe-inspiring, and the enthusiasm is literally off the charts.
Well, Mayor, first, let me just say this to you, brother. You made, as a communication coach, you made me so proud. There's some other state and local officials that didn't do such a great job when they had the mic. But you represented Mayor Cavalier. I was so proud. And my mother, because my mother is, when I tell you my mother, there's 3 O's in her life: Almighty God, Obama, and Oprah. And she stays plugged into the news, and she called me and she said, I saw your mayor speaking during the convention. He did such a great job, and he's handsome. I said, yes, all of that. So let me ask you this, because obviously Milwaukee, Mayor Johnson, and I mean, I know this is not why you serve this city, but Milwaukee has been on the national map. You have been on many, many news media outlets, MSNBC, CNN. You're representing Milwaukee. And as we are in the midst of this presidential race, Mayor Johnson, what do you think the impact of Milwaukee and Wisconsin is going to have on this presidential election?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that question, because when I was reelected in April, I used my, victory speech, not just to talk about, myself or what I wanted to do in the next term. We did some of that, but I really wanted to focus in on what was important in terms of the presidential election this coming fall. And at that time, I said that Milwaukee will play an outsized role in this presidential election. When you think about this, there's only a handful of states that ultimately will decide the election. That always happens. Wisconsin is always in the middle of that as the quintessential battleground state. But the thing is, in this state of all battleground states, right, we have a tradition of having statewide elections to be decided on a razor's edge. Mm-hmm. And so what happens in Milwaukee plays an outsized role in the direction that Wisconsin will take. And whoever wins Wisconsin, I believe, will win the White House. So if Milwaukee shows up at the polls and we let our voices be heard and we vote, then we, in this city, we will determine who sits in the White House. And if more of us show up to the polls, then we can work to guarantee that that person will be Kamala Harris, somebody who wants to unify this country, as opposed to Donald Trump, somebody who for the past roughly 10 years has led a campaign of chaos and division across across the United States and really around the world. But we have an opportunity to put an end to that, to officially turn the page on Donald Trump, and Milwaukee will play the key role in this country in doing that. So we have a big, big job to do in this city.
We're being joined live here on Truth Be Told with DT Telly by Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson, who has been representing Milwaukee on the national scale, and I'm sure this is going to continue throughout November. And Mr. Mayor, really quickly, when you took over as mayor and you took the oath of mayor of Milwaukee, I mean, was there ever imagination, or you envision being in this position and playing such a key role in this country? Because, I mean, most people can say, oh, it's just Milwaukee, it's the mayor of Milwaukee, big deal. But, I mean, since you've taken over, it's been an RNC. It's been, and Milwaukee is truly the hotbed of this year's political election.
Yeah, we are. And to answer your question, Telly, before I even, decided to run for mayor, this goes back to when I was a 14-year-old boy here in the city, living on the north side, trying to become the first person in my family to go to college, got involved with the YMCA program, did community service, fell in love with helping people in this community. Then 9/11 happened, and I saw that government could be an avenue that I went down to have a career in, where I help people every day. And I'll be 38, later this year, actually on Election Day, November 5th.
Oh, wow.
My birthday.
Wow.
And it all started when I was a 14-year-old kid. So my whole thing was like, since I was a kid, let's find ways to serve, and let's always look to the next opportunity to serve more people. And that's exactly what it has been, for me throughout my time in office and otherwise. So no, I never had any thought in my wildest dreams that we'd be in this position right now. But I'm glad that we're in this position, and I'm glad that I'm in this position to help encourage Milwaukee and to represent Milwaukee on the stage, as this city will play a crucial role in the election this coming November to decide who's going to be the 47th president of the United States.
Mayor Johnson, one final question, and you alluded to this earlier. This presidential election is depending, from the Democratic Party standpoint, is depending on Wisconsin and, in particular, Milwaukee to show up to the polls and vote. After the election, many people will be saying, okay, now what? If Madam Vice President becomes the elected 47th president of the United States, for Milwaukee, for Wisconsin, we showed up, we went to the polls, we voted. Now what? Have there been preliminary conversations in terms of what will be the ongoing relationship between elected officials like you, the mayor of Milwaukee, Wisconsin legislation, in terms of continuing to partner with the executive branch of our government or the president after the election, if she is elected?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. So this city, under my leadership and my administration, has worked very, very closely with the existing administration, with the Biden-Harris administration, to get deliverable results for Milwaukee. That American Rescue Plan Act, that helped to save the city from having to cut, half of our police force, a quarter of our fire department, keeping our libraries open, and the like. That's because of the relationship that we've had with the Biden-Harris administration. This vice president, she has been leading the charge to tackle the issue of lead service lines in this country, and we're on pace to remove more said lead service lines in Milwaukee than we have in any singular year ever before. So that's just an example of what we have done and what we will continue to do. When she's in the White House, when she's the president of the United States, she's got a number of plans in place to uplift the middle class, to uplift communities like ours across this country. And we'll continue to partner with her to make sure that those results, those tangible results, are delivered and felt by people who live here in our city. So I'm excited about having the chance to work with a president, not just vice president, but President Kamala Harris and Vice President Tim Walz.
I was going to say really quick, absolutely. Before Telly, you close us out, Mayor, for real. When me and Telly gonna get to take a picture with Kamala? Come on now, hook us up, make that happen. Come on, Mayor. Come on now.
Come on down. She here enough. She here enough.
I was about to say, she's here. But you come on down.
Come on down, dog.
Come on now. It ain't that easy.
Mayor Johnson, right.
You come on down and get disappointed.
Cause you know me, I'll be like, I know the mayor. That's my
the mayor
boy.
said, come on down.
The Come on now.
Come on.
Secret
Mr.
Service will be
Mayor.
like, have a seat.
Come on, Mr. Mayor. Don't put us out there
Oh,
like that.
I get it, Telly. He wants to talk about it offline. I get it, Mayor.
All
You
right,
want to talk
we'll
about it
offline.
We'll talk to you
There we go.
offline.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, DT, call me up. Call me up.
You know I will. You know I will.
I know.
Milwaukee
I know
Mayor
it.
Cavalier Johnson, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Make it a great day, a great weekend.
Yeah, thank you, Bear. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
All right.